Hello, I'm Mark Hayes. This is my presentation for Lawn Pros Lawn Service. As I've stated before, we are a full-service lawn care specialist for all your year-round lawn care and landscaping needs. You can find us online at www.lawnpros.net. Now, let's get started with our presentation. First off, let's talk about the services we offer. Now, we offer a lot of services at Lawn Pros. We start with your typical lawn mowing, trimming, edging, keep your lawn nice and clean, sidewalk edges nice and clean. We also do a lot of landscaping. We can do flower beds, plant trees, plant bushes, anything you're going to need done, we can take care of. We also offer insect control and weed control, because the last thing you want when you're driving up to your house is seeing a yard full of weeds or a lawn that is destroyed and has huge brown spots from insects and moles. We'll take care of all of that, so that way we keep your lawn looking nice and green year round. In the springtime, we do come out. We will spread fresh. We can do mulch in your flower beds, around your trees. Doesn't have to be mulch. We can do gravel. A lot of people are turning to the rubber mulch now because you don't have to continue to put that in year after year after year. A lot of people stay away from that because it's just not natural. Now in the fall, we also do offer gutter cleaning, because in the fall you're going to need it. If you have trees anywhere near your house, they're getting in the leaves are getting in your gutters. We will come and clear those out every year. We also offer snow removal in the wintertime. Come and clear all your sidewalks, your driveway, your porches. That way when you come out of your house after a nice snow, you're not slipping and sliding on the ice. We'll take care of that for you. Now, let's talk first about our target customers. Our target customers are professional, hard-working individuals. Most of the time they don't have the free time to get out, do the proper maintenance that their lawn needs. These are upper middle class, lower upper class folks that usually live on the outskirts of town and gated small communities, golf courses and such. Now, a lot of these places like this have homeowners association, so you have to maintain a nice lawn. And if you don't have time to maintain your lawn yourself, that's where guys like me come in. We'll come out, take care of all that for you, make sure everything's up to standard, nice, clean, fresh, beautiful green lawn. Our potential market size in the Louisville metropolitan area is, I'd say, about 15,000 households will fit into this target customer zone that we're trying to achieve here. Now, I know I'm not going to get 15,000 customers as a new company coming out for getting a fresh start, but my goal is if we can get 40 to 50 customers for that first year, then from that point on, we can build up each year, adding more and more customers, and then slowly grow the company from there. Now, we had to do some research before we got into any of this. And what I found is that in the United States in 2016, citizens in the United States spent roughly $11.8 trillion on private consumer services. So the money to be made is out there. People are spending their money because the economy's stronger, so they have a little bit of money to spend, So people are purchasing these services. The thing is just getting your foot in the door, getting your base customers, and then growing from there. Economic growth right now is it's a little bit slow at 2.1%. We'd like to see that up around 3.5% to 4%, but a slowly growing economy is still a growing economy. Now, with that said, real disposable incomes are expected to continue to grow at a slower rate due to inflation costs. Now, what can be done to combat this is we're going to need to see a rise in incomes to match the level of rise in inflation. Okay? If inflation continues to go up, but your paycheck doesn't go up, then that little bit of money you got left over each month or each week or whatever to spend isn't going to be there. But like I said, consumer spending is expected to continue to rise, and they're estimating that by the year 2020, this consumer spending is going to be at around $12.7 trillion. So, primary research. Went out, we conducted some random surveys on the street, talked to some people. Got a lot of positive feedback. It was nice to get out and talk to the people on the street and ask them how they would feel about a new company coming in offering services. Talked a lot about the key value points, and one of the things we talked about was only having to hire one company to come and take care of all your landscaping needs. Instead of having to hire one company to do your cut and trim, another company to come in, plant new trees, or put fresh mulch around all your bushes and flowers. Why would you want to hire 5, 6 different people? Why not just have one person that comes and takes care of your lawn year-round? It's a lot easier. You can build a better relationship with the people who are working for you and the people you're working for. Also talked about creating greater value or additional value to the service. Got a lot of good feedback there. A lot of people we talked to said, well, maybe you can expand your services. Offer more. If customers need their gutters cleaned, or customers maybe need their deck resealed, or whatever. Maybe adding these services on, a lot of those would be at additional rates, but yeah, over the years we could add more services, and that way, that helps to grow your customer base even more, because you have more services you're offering, the more likely they are to continue to come back to you. Advertising expectations. A lot of people said they'd expect to maybe see a small commercial on TV or hear commercials on the radio, but mostly they expect to get flyers in their mailbox or hanging on their door, or maybe see something in their local garden centers, get recommendations from somebody at their local garden center. When I talked to them about expected pricing, they were all over that. I was getting prices. People were saying they would expect to pay as much as $100 a week. Others would say they was expecting to pay as little as $40 a week. Well, that $100 a week rate is, I think, a little too high. And that $40 a week rate is probably just some random guy out cutting grass that's not going to offer you the same quality services that you would want. Now, when it comes to what kind of image do I want for my company? Well, I think your company's image is everything. That's what your customers are going to come to know. And if your company doesn't have a good image, they're not going to recommend you to their friends and family. First off, I'd want my employees to be courteous. Always listen to the customer. If the customer has a complaint or they're not happy with something, take the time to listen to them. Do what we need to do to continue to keep the customer happy. Be friendly. Always want my employees to be friendly. Say, have a little small talk with the customers when you arrive at the house. Say goodbye when you're leaving, be polite. Always, yes sir, yes ma'am, no sir, no ma'am. Always be respectful and polite. I was raised that way. I would expect my employees to be that way. Be professional. Of course my employees would never be smoking on a job or joking around, horseplay. It's just not professional. I want my employees to maintain a professionalism when they're on the job around the customers. And last but not least would be trustworthy. I cannot state this enough. If a customer cannot trust your employees to come to their home and provide services, your company's not going to survive. So you definitely need to be trustworthy. If you tell a customer you're going to be there, you be there. If you tell a customer you're going to do a job for them, you do that job to the standard. That's just how you run a company. Now, as far as pricing, distribution, retail strategy, like I said before, some of the prices we heard were a little high, some were a little low. So we settled right there in the middle at $65 a week. Now this $65 a week is going to cover your cutting, your trim. That will also cover in, quarterly, us coming and spreading fertilizer on your lawn to keep your lawn nice and green. That will include the weed control. That will include the insect control. That will also, in the fall, that will include your cleaning of your gutters or your snow removal in the wintertime. Now, of course, there will be small additional charges for coming out and planting new trees and putting in more bushes and fresh mulch and such, stuff like this. But the $65 a week is an overall value, I feel, for your, year-round services, keeping your yard nice and clean and green and fresh looking for everybody who drives by and looks at it. Our retail is, we deal directly with the customers. So I really don't see there being a lot of distribution issues, so to speak, either, because, like I said, we deal directly with the customer. There is no middleman. The only issue I could come up with is if maybe a piece of equipment breaks down or a truck breaks down. But we do have an additional truck. We do have additional equipment. So if something goes wrong, we have that to fall back on, so that way I can ensure to my customers that we will provide the service they're needing. As far as advertising, at first we'll probably start out small. Placing flyers around local garden centers, flyers in mailboxes and hanging on doors and such. High traffic areas, handing out flyers, just to get the word out there for our new company that's starting out. We will also have an easy to find website. I will tag as many of our services as I can on our website. That way, when potential customers are using Google or Bing or whichever search engine they decide to use for locals who come and take care of their landscaping or lawn care, that hopefully my company will be one of the few that shows up on that first page, which will hopefully get us even more customers. Now, in today's economy, a lot of companies do start up, a lot of companies do go under. It's just the way it is. They call this your product life cycle. Now, in order to keep my company up to date and keep it going, I will keep my employees trained on the latest trends and techniques. That way, when customers come to us, we're able to provide the services they're wanting. We will also keep up to date new equipment, try to keep our prices competitive. As long as the economy stays strong, then we'll keep our prices right where they're at. If the economy starts to drop off, then we may have to adjust our pricing a little bit to keep everything going. But other than that, I think everything should work out fine. And as I stated before, I'm Mark Hayes, LawnProsLawnService.com. You have a good day.